So that's a very, and all of my paintings are done intuitively, which means that I have to constantly be receptive, prepared to listen to the within myself of those hints or whatever. Often it's just we probably all had them. Something within you say, I must do this, or this is how these paintings happen. Just listening to the response, not so much responses. It's hard to put the figure on, put a word on it. Yeah, but with serendipity can work in particular in this instance in my paintings, because I've randomly applied music, randomly applied color in the background. It's very serendipitous when the music turns up in a place that's just right, which I hadn't planned. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I can share a particular work that sort of shows that. So yes, here we are. It just happens to turn up. So particularly poignant. So yeah, so one of your friends had an interesting question that she thought we'd like to maybe run in the talk tonight, and she said, does painting make you happy?
Yes. Does painting make me happy? Well, this is a good one, because when it's going well, when you have found the right path, or I have probably not been so excited prior to an exhibition as this one, because I knew exactly where I was going, and everything seemed to work spontaneously. Every painting worked. It worked really well. There were none where nobody turned up at all. It just happened. And so that's been really exciting. The flip side of that is when I'm not painting, I feel a bit lost. And so this was the case before this exhibition, before I talked to Fiona, before we thought about the music. And one dear friend who is listening, we hope, is there, suggested that I go out and buy myself the biggest keys I could find as a symbol for unlocking a door. Here we are, the biggest keys that I could find. Can you see those? How big they are? They are. One is from Rajasthan and one is French, and they are symbolic. They are the beginnings of a new direction. And I think such symbolism is important. It helps at times. It really does. So that was interesting. I love these keys. They're beautiful. Look, they've got, can you see the hole in the top of that? It's a gorgeous key. Yeah. Very beautiful. Very beautiful.
So, so if anyone got any questions, please do just, wave your hand or unmute yourself. Anyway, we've got another couple of questions to fire at you, and then we'll maybe just open it up, or I can show you a few more images of Tina's work. So you've said that, how do you know where to start when the ground is totally covered up with the dark colour?
Well, that's a good one. Again, I have to trust my intuition totally and be guided.Maybe it's here. And sometimes it's unusual because it's not the middle of a canvas. So start on the right-hand side of the canvas. So that's listening and being receptive to my intuition. It's really, I have to, when I start, another thing I might mention, when I start and it's all covered up, I pause and I look at this black that I can't see. And I talk to the painting. I talk to the paintings a lot. And I say, whoever you are, you're welcome. So I'm inviting somebody to come. And then I start. And then I talk all the way through, sort of, is this right? Am I representing you right? Is this? So it seems, somebody asked me if I could do a revealing painting on a video. I couldn't, because I think I would find it a little bit intimidating to hear people hearing me talk to a painting, asking, are you right? Are you appearing? So
Well, also, you also work, I always find it fascinating that you work in a darkened room with sunglasses on too. So you probably wouldn't be able to capture that anyway, would you?
No,
Yeah.
I have to wear sunglasses in the daytime. So because I'm rubbing away to reveal the light parts of a face or of a body, I have to leave what's in the dark that's not seen but is still part of the body has to be left to the imagination. And if you can see too well, it's too hard to do that. So I always put sunglasses on. And the bigger paintings I have to do at nighttime, and I have to dim the light in the room. And then I work away, and then I turn the light on, and I think, wow, that's pretty exciting. It's always exciting when these people turn up. It really is, because they are, for me, they're people. They're real people. And my painting is really just an ephemeral moment in the lives of these people. I don't know who they are, where they come from, where they're going. I don't know any of those things. And I'm still amazed at how they appear. I really am.
So along those lines, it's also a matter of knowing when to finish. So how is that a thing? I know artists always find this a challenge. Do you turn it away and leave it for a while? But you can't really do that because you're working with you know, the medium that's going to dry off, so you don't have the pleasure of that. So yeah, how do you figure that out? And I might just share the screen again now, so as Tina talks, you get a sense of this what she's going to explain here.
Yes, the medium does dry. I add something to help it extend, but it still is quite, you have to work fast. And that's the advantage, I think, in revealing. You're moving rapidly and trying quickly to establish the figure. Now, this little one here that we're looking at, the figure, the woman on the right-hand side with the red whatever hat on, whatever it is, that was the first thing, that head. And then, which is a funny place to start, right to the right-hand side of a painting, but that was where I was prompted to go. And then I looked at that and I thought, well, where's she going? Is there somebody she's going to? So the other figure was, I looked and there's another figure appeared, but a bit of rubbing. And so I'd had half a painting. I thought, well, there must be other people in this scene. So so what happened then is I rubbed away and this little figure with the yellow appeared, which was delightful. I loved it. And then thought, maybe there's more. Maybe there's more. Maybe that person is talking to somebody else. And a few swipes and that little figure appeared. And I absolutely loved that little figure on the left. And then I knew that was it. Everybody was there. There was nobody else needing to come. This is, by the way, this painting is 200 millimeters by 200 millimeters. It's a small, 20 centimeters by 20 centimeters, small painting. I have never had a painting that has been so crowded with people. And it's just, the one in the middle was first, and then some person was leaning in from the right, and then there was a person on the left, and then there were these children. Where did they come from? I have no idea. But they all crowded in there into this small canvas, which was remarkable. And it seemed just like a little scene in a village or something. They're going off to a fair, or I don't know. That one really astounded me. Well, they all astound me because I don't know what's going to happen. And when they turn up, I think, wow, where did you come from? Where did you come from? So that one's they were charming, these people. I loved them. They were a little family, I think. I don't know. It is exciting, actually, I have to say.
Yeah. So that was sort of kind of our questions to kind of flesh out a little bit of info for all you lovely people who have turned up this evening. But yeah, so we've got one question from Tanya here. Hi, Tina. When you reveal, are the images always organic?
In the flow of them, you mean? Are they organic figures? Yes.
I just meant it looks like with your reveal process that you're revealing figures, but have you ever revealed maybe, say, like maybe a camera or a piece of machinery or something that's not organic is what I mean.
No, never.
Oh,
Never.
yeah.
Always people. Always people. Actually, Colleen, do you want to put the one? Oh, Colleen, sorry, Fiona.
Yeah.
That's
Like
really,
you want me
just to go back to that. Sorry, and why do you ask that? Like machinery or something concrete? Why?
Oh no. Well, just to get a handle on it, there's a lot of movement, and just to get a sense of what's coming through.
People.
Yeah, people.
Just people. Just people. People who want.
Sometimes people are holding things, or maybe you know what I mean. I'm just curious as any maybe or gloves.
The one with the skirt. Yeah.
Which one? Oh, there's one here. I'll show you a few more.
That one. Yes, that one. That one, Fiona.
That one?
Yes. This is a really interesting one, actually.
Has that come up bigger or not?
No, it's still little.
Oh, okay. Hang on a minute. I'll have to just go out of here briefly.
Oh, and the man with the eyes. Sometimes it's not a lot of people crowding in, it's a single face. And sometimes a face will appear with the eyes first, and they're looking at me while I'm trying to complete the rest of the painting. And I'm thinking, wow, have you got that one?
Yeah, no, unfortunately, for some reason, it's not set up. So I can't, they're in another file, but when I share my screen, unless other people can see it, you're saying it doesn't come up big enough.
No, it came up with your
is that one there? There we go. Can you see that now?
Yep, I can see that now. This was an interesting one because it's the most landscape-like of any painting I've ever done. So it started with the man on the right, and his face appeared with sort of one swipe, and I might have added just a little bit back to form his profile, but pretty much he was there. And I could, and then there was a woman on the left, and I couldn't work out what this big thing and at the top, what was that? So I went out of the dark place, put it on the wall and looked at it, and I thought, oh my goodness, that's a tree. I had no idea. It's a tree. It's a scene. And there's distant hills underneath the tree. And then, of course, this little one at the bottom, I thought there's somebody there at the bottom, and it was this little boy, looks like. But it was quite a surprising painting because of that whole feel of it being a landscape as opposed to people. So that was different, quite different. Yeah, I liked it. Again, surprises. These surprises keep coming. So could you find the man, the red? He's not on that, is he? The man with the eyes.
Oh, can you see that now or not?
No, not that one. Yep. No. Yep, we can see that. Well, that's one. Go back to him.
Go back to him.
Yes, that's one. There was another man with eyes. That man. Yes. But sometimes these eyes really, he wasn't the one where it was just eyes and a head, but on top of the head. But this is another one where I kind of quite hypnotic when you're actually still working on the rest of the painting. No, it's the other one with the Heather's one.
Yeah, I think it's in the other folder. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
there we go.
Yeah, so there we are. Any other questions from anyone, or no one's coming forward? Oh yes, Lean's got a question.
I want to ask about serendipity and intuition, Tina. How did that become part of your practice? Because some artists shy away from that.
Yes, it's a bit of a no-no, isn't it? People say, oh, no, you can't paint intuitively. There's no such thing. I guess that I've always been a bit like that. And this was just happenstance. Way back when I first started painting, my early paintings were not of people, they were of doorways. And then the doorways, these doorways meant they were significant and that they meant opening and closing. A threshold is a very important part on anybody's you cross the threshold, and it's the place where you come and you go. Good things happen on your threshold and bad things happen on your threshold. And sometimes, so often the figures appeared on the threshold and the doors disappeared and then the figures arrived. So it was a natural progression from that to this. And these figures were often symbolic in those ones. And I don't know how it just kind of evolved into really listening to myself and listening to these prompts. But so it surprises me. I have to say, it surprises me. It really does, because I don't totally understand it. I don't totally understand how these people all come, and they're different, a lot of them, although sometimes the same person turns up. Nicola has paintings, the same person has turned up over a period of 10 years in these intuitively painted paintings. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you, Tina.
Answer the question?
Yes, it does. I really like how that the threshold came first, and it's like, you know, it's like an opening into moving towards serendipity and intuition.
It was, absolutely. The openings did start there, yeah. And all the time, even with that, right back to my very first paintings, it's always been light. The light, where the light falls on a face or through a door. It's putting those illuminated bits and together. You know, when you look at a face, you've got this illuminated part and this triangle and this, and I like looking at all those and highlighting those and bringing those forward and leaving the rest in the dark for your imagination. So, and I never title any of these paintings because I want people to have their own interpretations of what's happening, who they are. I made that mistake once when somebody said, "Oh, that's how I see such and such." I said, "Oh, do you? I see." And I said, "Oh, okay. No, that's it. I will never talk about what I see. It's what they see, because it's for them. It's painting. It's entirely for them." Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Celine. Have we had somebody else just join us?
Well, Nicola disappeared briefly, but she's back, so yeah.
So I was going to read a little quote.
Oh, yes, read your little quote and then we'll wrap up. And
I have to talk about my Bible. My Bible is called Art and Fear, The Pleasures and Perils of Art Making by David Bales and Ted Orland. This is an amazing little book. It goes into all of the aspects of creating art, fears about yourself, fears about what people will think of your art, everything. And I love this little bit. It looks like this, my version, highlighted, Post-its, many special places, and I often read something from there before I start, because it helps. And this one is, how do you learn more about your work? The best way to learn about your work is working on your work. And this is about that particular thing. The lessons you're meant to learn are in your work. To see them, you need only to look at the work clearly, without judgment, without need or fear, without wishes or hopes, without emotional expectations. Ask your work what it needs, not what you need. Then set aside your fears and listen, the way a good parent listens to a child. And it's, again, being receptive, being open and receptive, looking at it, letting it tell you.
Very apt. Well, thank you so much for sharing that, and sorry to everyone for the slight hiccup to begin with. Nothing like a bit of practice to get Zoom skills up to speed, and yeah, but no, thank you all for joining, and love to see you in the gallery sometime. Tina's going to be in there most days, and yes, she's doing one-on-ones if you're wanting just to be there with her on your own, or yeah, give her a call, and she is going to be in there a lot. Her work's also available on the website, so if you want to revisit any of the images that you saw this evening, then by all means go to the Railway Street Studios website and have another look. But yeah, love to see you in the gallery, and thanks again, Tina.
Thank you, Fiona. Yes. Thank you, everyone. Do you have a question at the bottom here? Is there a question?
We've got, thank you for your time. Thanks, Tina. Congratulations.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay.
See you.
Bye.
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 Bye.